am so excited to be on today. Happy Thursday. Today I am sharing with you this fabulous card. Let me take it out of the plastic. I like to keep it in plastic so that, you know, the stones don't get like pushed off or anything. Let me push that back a little bit more. My desk is an absolute mess, but I really wanted to get on and stamp with you guys today. So I just kind of shoved everything to the side, and here I am. So this is the card, and I want to share with you how I got all those different colors. So some of you might be thinking like, oh my gosh, those colors are not right. And I kind of might feel that way too, but evergreens have so many different shades of blues and greens that I actually really like it. Really like this card, and I had another one, and I got rid of it. But I didn't do the background, so I will show you what that looks like and show you like a couple different ways that you can do this card. But the main thing I want to share with you is those fabulous trees. So that can be a little tricky. Let me see if I still have my piece of paper. I do. So I am going to put this to where maybe you guys can see it. I don't know how well you can read it, but that you can see it and maybe write it down in case I go like too fast or something. But I will be using soft seafoam and pear pizzazz for the biggest tree. Soft seafoam is the solid image, and pear pizzazz is the more detailed image. And then for my middle one, I'm doing Coastal Cabana and Pool Party. So Pool Party is the solid, that's this tree here. Pool Party is the solid, and Coastal Cabana is the detailed. Let's see if I can find another clear block. There we go. And then for our last one, we're using Full Strength and Stamped Off Once Soft Succulent. So if all of this is just like mind-boggling for you, that's okay. You could use just one of the sets, or you could always just use Soft Succulent. I always like doing one ink pad stamped on and then stamped off once. I do sometimes forget the whole stamped off once thing, but I do like that it's only one ink pad. It makes it so much easier, a lot less clutter on my desk, which if you saw this, you would be like, do you even know what less clutter means? So yeah, I get that completely. But anyway, here we go with this fabulous card. So I started with a soft succulent card base. And like I said, you can either do it with a blank background, or you can stamp the little stars all over. So the stamp set that I used was the Trees for Sale. So I used all three trees, big, medium, small. And then for that background, I used those three little snowflakes or stars or whatever you want to call them. I don't know. But they're like one stamped image like this. And I just stamped the background in Soft Succulent onto Soft Succulent. So I'm not going to do it on this one just because I want to show you the difference between those two. And then let's go ahead and get started on our base. So I have my ruler right here so I can tell you the measurements. So the Whisper White, or the basic white, is 4.5 by 2 3/4. And then, of course, the layering Sahara Sand, I don't use this color very often, but it was like that perfect soft brown, is 4 3/4 by 3 inches. So what we want to do first is we actually want to stamp our greeting first, because you'll find that like you run out of room really fast. So this one, where did my season's greetings go? I forgot to bring that one over here. So you know what? I'm just going to do You Light Up the Season on this card, because I haven't used that greeting yet anyway. So You Light Up the Season. And I like to kind of like lay it down and just let it be, so that I'm not like putting it on my clear block and making it like wiggle. So now I'm going to pick it up, and we're going to stamp this in Soft Succulent. One of the other things that I'm going to bring in is a foam mat. So because there's so many solid stamped images, I really like to use a foam mat to get a more solid, smooth look. And with photopolymer, you don't have that, that foam like you do with the red rubber. So this is my foam. So this is just the Stamparatus foam mat. So I'm going to bring that in, set that down. I actually need a piece of grid paper because I'm going to stamp off. This will work. Okay, so my ink pad. So we're just going to, I was like, this is not the right greeting. Of course it's not, it's different. That's okay. So we're going to stamp You Light Up the Season. Up top there. There's a little spot on my U, but that's okay. Okay, so now we're going to start with the biggest leaf. We're going to start with the biggest tree and work our way down. That way we have enough room for our big trees, and we don't have to go, oh, we filled in with too many little ones and now there's no room for a big one. There's always room for the little ones, you know, to kind of fill in. So we're going to start with soft seafoam. And the soft seafoam is our solid tree. And I actually did not stamp off. So my greeting is a little farther over, so I'm going to have to do this a little differently than I did with my original. With my original, I was like, okay, stamp to the side of the Christmas, but I can't, if I stamp to that, that's like way too far over. And then the other one's just going to be hanging off the edge. And then, okay, we're done with that one. Then we're going to do, I'm actually going to leave this out because I want to show you a couple different things. I want to do a second one and show you what it looks like stamped off once. So let me pull back in my greeting. You Light Up the Season. Okay, and so then I'm going to stamp off once and do a second one. So again, I'm taking soft seafoam. We're going to stamp off once and then stamp onto our project. And you can see it's really, really light. But you can also like lightly stamp off. And I know you're like, what in the world is she talking about? And I mean just like a very light, like barely stamp, but like breeze by the grid paper. So just a light little tap and then stamp down. So it's just a little textured, a little not there fully. If that makes sense at all. Okay. Hi, Sandra. I'm so excited that you've caught me live. So wonderful to have you join us. Okay, so here you can see I've stamped off a little, you know, just a little kissing off. And then this one I did full strength. So now my second color for this is Pear Pizzazz, and we're going to do the big tree. Here it is, the detailed big tree. So I'm just going to ink it up. and stamp it right over. I love that like there's no like perfectly lining it up. You can kind of just wing it. Like sure it does like fit in, but it's not like exact. Again, you can just wing it. And I really like winging it. Okay, and then we will go full strength on this one as well. So you can see that the stamped off one is just a little lighter. And the full strength one is a little bit more bold. I'm going to try to keep the stamped off on top so that I don't confuse us all. Okay, so that was Soft Seafoam and Pear Pizzazz. Now we're going to go to Coastal Cabana and Pool Party for our medium tree. So we're going to start with, let's see, medium tree is this one. It's a little taller and not as like short and squatty. Okay, so we're going to do our Pool Party in full strength. I don't know where to do this. We're going to do it like right here. And then another one here. So that is full strength Pool Party. And then we're going to do full strength Coastal Cabana. So there you have full strength Pool Party, full strength Coastal Cabana. So now I want to show you lightly stamped off Pool Party and Coastal Cabana. Whoop. So we're just going to do just a small little stamp off. Just a light little kiss on the paper. And then that way we're not taking off all the ink and getting too light of a look. Because I will show you, if I were to like fully stamp and then stamp, see how like you can barely see it? It's almost like too little of ink. So that's why I do like that, just a light little kiss. And I like that it gives sort of a variation of color, because some ink comes off in spots and some doesn't come off in other spots. So it kind of gives a little texture to the tree. It does look like a blue spruce. I know. Like if I said, we're going to stamp an evergreen tree in Coastal Cabana, I'm sure you guys would all be like, what? But totally looks like a blue spruce. So I love it. Okay. The last tree we're going to do in Soft Succulent. So I'm going to do Soft Succulent stamped off for the solid one. And this one I'm going to kind of stamp off pretty generously because we're using the same color. How is everyone's Thursday going? Here it is super warm. I'm loving it, but I'm also not loving like the swings in temperatures because it makes my head want to pop. But I do love the sunshine and the amazing warm weather. It's supposed to rain. I don't know. First they said Friday, and then they said Friday night. Now they say Saturday. Maybe they'll just cancel the rain altogether. And there is our Soft Succulent. Super, super cute. So I technically did the Soft Succulent small tree the same for both pieces. But you can see that this one is not stamped off at all. All of those trees are regular, if you will. And then this one I did stamped off for the background so it wasn't so vibrant. Cool and windy. Although, what is your cool? Out in Vegas, I feel like the cool is probably not as cool as it might be here. Okay, so let's get rid of some of this. And now we're just going to layer these onto our Sahara sand. And I don't even know where my adhesive is. How crazy is that? Like I said, my desk is so dirty. I have been working on the November online card class because we're having it in less than 2 weeks. I wanted to be able to fit it in before the chaos of the holidays began. And I'm doing a girls' night out bingo night on the 18th. So then that left the, not that piece. That only left the 11th. So we are doing the November online card class on the 11th, just 2 weeks after the October online card class. So I have been scrambling to get all of that ready so that I can get those kits mailed out as soon as possible to all of you guys so that you can stamp right along with me. I will leave a link in the description, or double check. It should already be there. But I will leave a link in the description for the November online card class using the new Fitting Florets collection that Stampin' Up! Launched just this month. So it's super exciting. New product. It's flowers. There's pink. I love it all. I love, love, love it all. And there's these amazing gold gems that are really cool. And they're not bulky. So I love that. Okay. So I added this to my Sahara sand. And now I'm adding dimensionals so I can add it to my card. 51. 51 is not bad. You know how crazy? It's actually warmer here. It's like supposed to be like 78. I don't know. Let me see. My phone says it is. It's not showing me. I don't know. Normally the weather is like right on front, but I think I have like too many notifications or something. It's 70 right now. Feels like 70, but I thought it said it was supposed to be like 76 or something like that. Okay, those little snowflakes. So I didn't stamp those all over the background on the front like I did in the sample, but I do want to stamp a few of those on our inside Sahara sand piece that's going to be layered so that we have something to write on the inside. Got to decorate that inside of the card just as much. And this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. So, oh wait, we also have jewels that we need to put on there because what's a card without jewels? And I just used the fabulous little green jewels from the Festive Pearls. So there you can see there's no background with those little stars, but I did do those little stars or snowflakes, whatever you want to call them, on the inside. And then this one, I did it all around the edge, and then I did them on the inside as well. So which one do you guys like better? Do you like the star background, or do you like the more plain background? I also forgot my trees for sale, which I have one right here. I actually just fussy cut out the little trees for sale sign. It's straight lines, so I wasn't too concerned. I don't really like fussy cutting, but when it's straight lines, it makes me happier than when there's curves. And that I added with Stampin' Dimensionals as well. Of course, you could always add more or less Stampin' Dimensionals. You like the star background? I know. Sometimes I look at the star background and I think like it looks too busy, But then I sometimes look at the other one and I'm like, oh, it's kind of plain. So like I'm kind of back and forth on whether I like it or I don't like it. Now I will say stamping those star background or that star background a million times, you can decide how much you still like to do it because it can be kind of crazy. And I mean, you could also spread them out a little bit farther. But I just simply stamped over and over and over and over and over again. Sometimes I like to like rotate it around just so that it doesn't look like so like perfectly the same every time. Because then I feel like if it looks perfectly the same, you can notice like imperfections, like, oh, she went a little crooked, or oh, she fell off the edge, or, you know, like whatever. So I like to do, like, I like to rotate it just so it looks a little bit more random and a little less, like, I don't know. I don't want to use the word perfect because that's totally not right, but and I will say you probably need to go in one more time. It just kind of depends. Sometimes I just went in a little farther in a few spots. Some of the spots I went in a little more. So I'll lay the trees down and see how much more I need to go in. So it looks like on the sides I'm fine, but I'm going to do like a few here and there down here. And then a few up top as well. And then now we should be good. Yeah. You can also do this layer flat and then just do the trees for sale on dimensionals. So, you know, you can kind of mix and match and play that up as you see fit. Of course, we have to add our pearls. Super cute. I kind of like the You Light Up the Season as much as I like the Christmas greetings greeting. So yeah, just a different look and adding more or less to your card. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, showcasing the different colors for the tree lot die, or the trees for sale stamp set. I always want to call it tree lot dies. For some reason, that's all I can remember from Celebration is the fact that they sold out so quick and they coordinate with this. But they were called tree lot dies, and this is just called trees for sale. So let me bring back in the stamp set, this one here. And I hope this inspired you to get working on some of your holiday cards. I know I'm super far behind. I have so many I need to make. Hopefully I can start getting a hang of some of that this weekend, just to kind of know like where I'm at, where I need to go, because right now I'm like completely clueless and that stresses me out. But anyway, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Love, hugs, and prayers to all of you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you next time. Happy stamping!